Arnold, assuming universalism is true, your theory, where there is one subject of experience underlying all conscious beings, what would be the implications for persons or personhood?
Well, there'd be no special implications for person. The question, what is a person, wouldn't really have a role in clarifying universalism at all, it seems to me.
What would universalism affect the nature of person? Not persons affecting universalism, but what would universalism mean to the definition of persons? Would it enrich it or have no
Well,
relationship
it's
to it?
more the other way around. You know, if your definition of person is something that experiences having self interest, having presence in the world, if your definition of person is that spare, if you're not loading it up with things about how minds are thinking and so on, or social relationships, or, if it's barely that, right? Uh, like a clam having an ache at the bottom of the ocean, right? If that counts as a person, and it comes into my discussion of personal identity in my saying that I am that clam, right? Uh, then fine. And then what I'm talking about are persons. But again, if most people who talk about persons are interested in these higher types, with all their all kinds of ways of making judgments about the world and such. Universalism has nothing to do with that. That will be mine if there's immediacy in the experience of it. That's
So
all.
the immediacy of experience it's not a characteristic of what a person would be. It it's independent of the nature of persons. In other words, if you assign personhood to a clam or
Yeah,
a gorilla or a human being, it's irrelevant as long if there's that first person immediacy in each one of them. That's the universalism.
that's right. Exactly right. There's another thing I can say about it. It's irrelevant in explaining what universalism is saying, whether you express it as all persons are me or you and I are the same person.
Oh, okay, that's
I
very
don't
interesting.
care about the term person. I'm thinking about the things rather than the language.
Okay, explicate that a little bit more because that does seem to affect the nature of person. That it doesn't matter whether our language describes it as we're the same person
Yeah.
or we have the same experience as different persons.
Well, that I am all these different persons.
Yeah, that's the
I,
universal.
I
That's the
that's universalism. It's also universalism to say that you and I and all other conscious things are the same person. So in that one, sounds as though there's one person. The other allows there are all these different persons. But as long as what you're thinking of when you say it represents the right situation, the one I explain when I explain universalism, doesn't matter which way you say it.
So it doesn't matter whether we're all the same person or every first person experience is a different person, but
Yeah,
each one, because each one of those different persons would still be me in the first
exactly.
person immediate sense. So if we're all one person or or the innumerable number of persons are all me, it's the same thing.
It's the same thing. Yeah.
Wow, that's very that I'll have to think about for a while.
You
That's
know,
really
generally, very generally, I think language is very flexible. And sometimes we spend too much time over careful defining of words, right? We want to get at what the things are like.